Coming to you from Seattle tonight, where the roof at Safeco Field has been closed for comfort. It's the finale of this 3-game series between the Oakland A's and the Seattle Mariners. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. James Paxton starts the game on the mound for the 3rd and final game of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Boy, talk about a guy that's hard to score off of. Last 3 starts, an ERA of under 1. So if you think you're going to score a lot of runs off this guy, you better get him early, because once he settles in, he's awfully tough. And Matty V, this is one of the top pitchers in the sport right now.
Coming to the plate now, Cesar Hernandez. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. And the first pitch of the ball game here is taken for a called strike 1. And fellas, you take a look at these Seattle Mariners at the start of play here tonight. They've been playing some pretty good baseball of late, as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, you know what, D-Roll? Try to get on a kind of a little mini winning streak here. Losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by pulling one out here today.
Yeah, Dan, they were able to shower that first loss off in the first game of this series and had a nice bounce-back game yesterday. Let's see if they can steal the series right here.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out. And here's a shot of the Athletics starting lineup for this one. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third. He's hitting over 350 versus left-handed pitching this season, and that's what we're looking at today. If those numbers hold true, he could be in for a huge performance.
Under it is Cruz now for out number 2. So coming to the plate, Jed Lowry. And we'll see if he can get out of this little dry spell he's stuck in. Not much offensively coming from him lately. Heading out towards shallow right. Cruz will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. So a fairly painless top of the first. A's. Now to the plate, D. Gordon. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Mariners.
Ready, here's the first offering. Grounded down the third baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. And Dan, D-Row, this Oakland ball club entering play here tonight. They've been on the skids recently, losers in 7 of their last 9 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, this is the big one right here. They've split the first 2 games of this series. You want to steal one right here and be feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, D-Row, I think one of the things you want to do, you get to the 3rd game, you'd like to win this series and finish it off by winning game 3. It's always nice to win a series, whether it's at home or on the road. So this is a big one for this ball club.
And he takes very close to the inside corner here. 2-2 though. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Gonna be a tough play. And they will get, no, he's in there. A very close play at first. Oh, but look here. The manager's up and out of the dugout, so it appears he might opt to challenge that last safe call at first.
Yeah, Matt, definitely a close play right there. And we're going to take another look at it right here. Boy, that's just so tough to tell for sure from that angle. So we'll see what the decision is from the dugout, whether they want to challenge or not.
So here's the signal from the bench, and they will indeed ask for the play to be reviewed. So the umpires will get on the horn with the replay operations center in Manhattan and attempt to get a definitive answer on this play.
The Athletics are challenging.
Okay, we're going to get one more look at it right here. Is there enough video evidence to overturn this call? You know, I think there is. The shot right there makes it look like the ball beat him to first. Looks like a well-used challenge.
Okay, so it looks like the umpires are wrapping up their decision, and off comes the headset, and he's out. So the original call is overturned, and instead of having a base runner at first, the bases will now be empty. That'll bring in Guillermo Heredia now. As the first pitch here is a bit high, it's ball 1. His career numbers against Minaya have been pretty good. 5 for 12. Hit out towards second. Lowry's got it. On to first, and there were 2 down. And now a quick look at the Mariners starting lineup in this one. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, you better keep an eye on Robinson Cano as this game moves along. He's got over 1,000 RBIs. He's already proved he's a clutch hitter. He knows how to drive in big runs when it counts. So if the situation comes up in this game, I'm looking to watch how he goes to work in the clutch.
And it looks like they'd rather go after the next guy as the intentional walk signal comes here with 2 away.
Well, they felt it was better to take the bat out of the hands of a guy like that. He's just too dangerous, and they decided they'll take their chances with the next guy in the lineup.
Pitch on its way now to Zunino. Right over the middle, knee high. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes is Mr. Earl Hendricks.
Hey, D-Roll, Earl Hendricks, he's not a guy that gets a lot of complaints by either players or pitchers. He's a pretty good umpire.
Yeah, Dan, Earl's got a great track record in his sport. He's pretty consistent, and overall, he's been a fair umpire. Oh, man, that's a frustrating one as a hitter. That pitcher missed.
Simeon with a great slide. And give it up on a phenomenal play to retire the side. 1 left for Seattle. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Next will be the designated hitter, Chris Davis. The head-to-head with James Paxton is just 2 for 9. He also has 1 home run. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone-cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
And that's in there for his strike 1-1. Davis, sometimes called Crush with a K and an H. He was selected in the 7th round back in the 2009 MLB draft.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him. All right, guys, here's Seattle's defensive alignment. And, guys, the things I want you to focus on today, one of them being this manager loves to shift. He has the pitching staff to trust to be able to manipulate his defense to try and get as many outs and play the numbers as much as he can.
Ball 1. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. A shortstop behind with a 1-2 count.
That pitch just had too much velocity on it for you to catch up to that. Unless you're cheating to a high fastball above the belt and you're all in, I say you got to find a way to lower your sights or it's going to be a tough game.
And Cano will put this one away for out number 2. Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. He drove in 1 of their 2 runs in last night's ball game. First offering on its way. Now this ball popped up. Playable, however, behind the plate for Zunino. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory. Stepping up now, Ryan Healy. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Ball 1. There's not too many umpires in the game that are going to ring that first strike right there. That was borderline up, even though it was in the zone.
Ooh, and he finds his spot there, 1-1. Healy stands at an impressive 6'5", swings the bat and throws right-handed. He was selected in the 3rd round back in the draft of 2013.
Hey, when you come out of the middle rounds, you have to grind for everything, and that's exactly what this guy has done, and he has turned himself into a solid big league ball player. All right, guys, here's how the Oakland A's are lining up defensively. And the average big league shortstop can make every play, but can they make the highlight reel play? In order to do that, you got to be able to put your back foot in the ground and absolutely unload from that 5.5 hole if you're playing shortstop. And that's what this guy does. He brings a different element to the game. He has got an absolute hand cannon.
Well, if you're going to bobble a ball, you have to hope it's when a guy is lumbering down the base pass. He's no speedster, so that was a good job to stay calm and make the recovery throw.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4 with the double in the ball game last night. No balls and 1 strike. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Fly ball right down the line in left. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
There's no question he's been struggling at the dish lately, trying to do anything to get himself going. So he's got to feel pretty good after that double. Not to take anything away from him, but I think I could have probably hit that pitch.
Yeah, that's one of those gift pitches, not the location he was shooting for. Takes a knee-high fastball. His career numbers against Minaya, he has a 3-for-12 line. 2-1.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you can do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Thursday night baseball rolls on. And that brings up Chad Pinder. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Paxton, also known as Big Maple due to his Canadian roots. He was a 4th-round selection back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
I know a lot of people weren't sure what this guy was going to become, but he has blossomed into one of the superstars in the game. What an absolute steal coming out of the middle rounds.
Here's another 0-2. Got him swinging in the dirt. He'll throw down to first, 1 away. Next up for the A's, Josh Begley. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A high fastball is in there.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And that nearly broke our scoreless tie. Instead, it's a foul ball. Nasty breaking ball swung on in the dirt. Zunino gathers it, and he makes the throw to first. Fegley is retired, 2 down now. So that'll bring in the outfielder, Boog Powell. And, Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. Swing and a little blooper to center. Gordon coming in, and there's the first hit of the game for the A's.
Heck of a job by the batter right there. You would have thought he bought himself a fastball, but gets an off-speed pitch, doesn't try to do too much, and drives it for a base hit.
Into the box, Cesar Hernandez, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He went down looking to open up the ball game. Good tailing action there. It's 1-1.
You know, from an offensive standpoint, they already knew they had their work cut out for him against a great pitcher. But if he's going to locate like that, this is going to be a tough day.
Pitch out. Nothing doing. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss.
Full count with 2 outs now, so if he could put the ball in the gap somewhere, he could have a good shot of driving in a run because the runner at first will be in motion.
And a fastball called strike 3, and the side is retired. And that'll bring up Ben Gamble, looking to stay hot. He's been a real threat at the plate the last week or so. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. A ball and a strike.
Hey, that's a well-executed fastball right there at the bottom of the zone. If he stays there all day, it's going to make for a long day for the offense. Unless they're willing to bend their legs and get down and create some different launch angle, he's on point right now.
Stepping in, D. Gordon. First pitch coming. Here it is. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Gordon starts the day as the third leading vote getter among center fielders in all-star balloting, so he's still got a good chance to make the team, but certainly not a sure thing at this point.
Yeah, and you don't want to leave it up to a manager's decision. You want to get in based on the fan vote, and he has a chance to do exactly that if he can make a late push as we head towards the Midsummer Classic.
Up next for Seattle, left fielder, Guillermo.
Bring in Guillermo Heredia now. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Offered at and missed. Here's the throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease. Gamble leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. High in the air out to center field. Powell's under it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Here's Nelson Cruz now. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First delivery to him on the way. Missed with a slider. Hit on the ground to short. Simeon's there. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Mariners leave 1. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. So coming to the plate, Lowe Garcia will start things out against James Paxton as we get the inning underway.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Now a late bunt attempt here, but he misses strike 2. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. Digging in now, Jed Lowry comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
When a guy's featuring big-time velocity like this, you have to be on the fastball. It's your only chance. You'll tip your hat on some nasty off-speed stuff, but you got to be ready for the heater.
2-1 the count. Now the 2-1 here to Lowry. Breaking ball in for a strike. Short for Segura. Throw in time at first for out number 2. Here's Chris Davis now. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire. Striding forward now, the Mariners cleanup hitter, Mike Zunino. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch here is a slider, but that's taken up and away for a ball. It's 1-0. A ball and a strike to Mike Zunino. The 1-2 pitch. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Howell looking up.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Moving under it, Garcia. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. So the bases are empty with one man gone. And set to stand in the fine second baseman, Robinson Cano. Back up the middle. And that's through for a hit.
Hey, there's another base knock right there. A hitting streak now up to 8 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, 8 games. Now, man, we're starting to think about it a little bit. You know, you get past that week, you just know you're locked in. They start talking 8 games, now you're like, all right, I got a nice little hitting streak there.
The 1-1 is in there for the second strike. Hit hard on the ground to short. Simeon's got it, and there's out number 2. Into the box, Jean Segura. He flew out in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. And a slider on the inside for strike 1. The 1-1 home. Smoked on the ground left side. Played on the backhand. And he'll beat the throw to first despite a fantastic effort. And that ought to be scored an infield single. Digging in now for the Mariners, Ben Gamel. And their runners at the corners now.
Boy, there's a quality infield base hit right there. That kind of reminded me of the old Yankees shortstop Derek Jeter on that jump throw.
Hey, that's why this is the pros. Back in the day, that's a knock all day long. But up here, guys are making those plays, at least making you think about them. That's an amazing play by the shortstop to leave his feet and at least make this close.
The 0-2 once more. And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base. And after a good start to the inning, they can't capitalize any further. Some more of the colorful character.
Leading off for Oakland, shortstop, Marcus Cummings.
Now here's the pitch. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Ball hit out towards Cano at second. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
First baseman number 25.
Now in the box, Stephen Piscotty. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. Ball and a strike.
1-1.
Missed with a breaking ball. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Hit out towards second. There's Cano. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
Up next for Oakland.
Stepping in, Chad Pinder, 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that will be ruled a strike.
2 quick outs in this inning so far. His pitch count is really down. I think one of the keys is he's been attacking the strike zone early on, making these guys swing the bat so far in this one.
Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. This now is hit to second. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 7 in a row. He's set down now as the side. So the batting order turns over now. And set to go, D. Gordon. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. And he lays off for ball one. Now the 1-1 pitch. Slider, and that's hit on the ground towards second. Lowry's got it, throws in time, and that's out number one.
The left fielder, number 5.
That'll bring in Guillermo Heredia now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number 2. Digging in, Nelson Cruz. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. And it looks like they'd rather go after the next guy as the intentional walk signal comes here with 2 away.
The catcher, number 3, Mike Zunino.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Mike Zunino. Comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1. Boy, that's just about in the catcher's glove there. It's 0-2.
He had some really good late action on that slider right.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1 left for Seattle, but they're on top 1-0. Digging in, Josh Begley will start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, man. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they face other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later innings.
2-0.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim last time up, but this at-bat seems to be a totally different direction. He's showing good patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
Popped him up. Keeley trying to get there. He can't get to it. This one's down.
Count leverage right there, sitting dead red fastball, and he didn't miss it. Nice swing right there, driving it into the outfield for a knock.
So that'll bring in the outfielder, Boog Powell, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Oh, and 1, here it comes. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. Fegley on at first, nobody out. Struck him out.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? What's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Towards second. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Dan, after that base hit, he's extended his hit streak to 9 games, and you know he wants double digits.
Oh, there's no question. Listen, anybody can get a 9-game hitting streak, but when you call your buddies or send out a text message and say, hey, I'm about in double digits, so 9 games is nothing to sneeze at, but he'd love to get it to 10.
The average at 284 to begin play. 4 home runs and 19 driven in. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2.
I'm going to chalk that one up to he didn't see it too well right there. To get such a late swing on an off-speed pitch, a good curveball right there to go down 0-2, he's got to regroup.
Thought about it, but he holds up on the knuckle curve 1 and 2.
That's a great take right there. You knew the pitcher was going to try and expand the zone 0-2 in a big spot, and he was able to spit on that one. Hopefully get something in the heart of the plate this pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Ready now. 2-strike pitch on its way. And the pitch is off the catcher's glove as it rolls away. Right there, and he is out trying to take third. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Gordon has a read on it. He's got it to end the inning as they'll strand the tying run in scoring position. 1 left for Oakland. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Mark Hanna will stay in the ballgame now and take over in left field. Next in at the plate is Ryan Healy. First pitch coming. Here it is. Laid off as it caught the inside corner.
To me, getting ahead 0-1, it's the most important pitch in the game, Matty. It puts the hitter on the defensive. I can only think of myself being in the batter's box. When I'm sitting 1-0, I am all over the gas, or I am allowed the opportunity to sit on something without fearing going 1-1. When you're down 0-1, your head's on a swivel.
Here's Robbie Cano now. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. Cano waits on the first pitch. Chopped weakly to the right. And there are 2 away now.
Third baseman number 15.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. Missed with a slider. 2 out, nobody on.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Two and 2 now with 2 away, and the base is empty.
And you know what? Give this guy some credit up there, because this had the look of being a very quick inning. He's been able to stretch this at-bat out a little bit, and that's something that shouldn't go unnoticed.
Hernandez is there, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors. And here's Jed Lowry now. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Nat. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. First pitch of the at-bat. Seager at third. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. So here's the Oakland cleanup batter, Chris Davis. He went down on strikes last time up. First offering on its way. Couldn't wait back, a swing and a miss.
And double-barreled action now in the Mariner bullpen as both a left-hander and a right-hander start to throw.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Well, he got the leadoff guy in the inning on a ground out, and now he's 0-2 to start this at bat. He looks really sharp.
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run. A solo shot here to left. 8th home run on the season for him. And the A's are back to even now. It's 1 apiece.
Yeah, we're all tied up, and it's anybody's ball game after that blast. We live in that what have you done for me lately world, so that gem he was pitching doesn't mean anything anymore.
Up next for Oakland.
Stepping in now, Marcus Semien. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Cruz racing back. Out of here. Back-to-back home runs, and they've taken the lead. It's a solo shot for Marcus Semien. 3rd home run for him on the year, and the A's have grabbed a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, talk about two guys clutching up when it matters the most. The first home run draws them even, but the next one gives them the lead. Two guys rising to the occasion right there, and this ball game has been turned on its head.
Your attention,
Here comes the Seattle skipper on his way to the mound, and he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. Matt Olson will come on now as the pinch hitter. Knuckle curve breaks outside for ball 1. Still only 1 out in the inning. Two and 0.
2-0.
This is pulled into right. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting this baseball back.
And that brings up Chad Pinder, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball 1-0. No hits to this point. That misses. It's 2-0 now to the Oakland right fielder. Two-0 count. The pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. The 2-1 is looked at for ball 3.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Gordon arranged to his left and put it away. 2 down. Ready for another chance. Josh Begley, a hit in 2 tries so far. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And that pitch catches the inside corner. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. 1-1. Misses for the second ball. Can't find the zone there, and it's 3-1.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
Oh, man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed, and now the inning continues with a man in scoring position.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Now a long throw to third. And he's safe. And a very important insurance run comes across to score from second. It's now 3-1.
Boy, that's a big RBI right there to give this team a 2-run cushion going into the late innings. And it always makes it easier on the opposing pitcher to know they have a 2-run lead.
Yeah, Leo Mazzoni always used to say, old pitching coach for the Atlanta Braves, solos won't kill us, guys. And he's absolutely right. You give yourself a 2-run lead, a solo homer's not gonna do too much damage.
Now a swing and a ground ball for the second baseman, Cano. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. Get up and stretch now here in the great Northwest. The A's lead this one 3-1. Matt Olson will stay in the ball game as he'll take over at first base. So striding forward now, Gene Segura. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
This guy's pitching really well in this one so far. You could just see he's awful confident attacking the strike.
And this ball's pretty well struck high and deep to left field. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine running play there for the first out.
Designated hitter, Ben Gamble.
And that'll bring up Ben Gamble. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First pitch fastball swung on and missed. 0-1.
Hey, we're moving into the later innings right here. This guy's continuing to pitch well with this first pitch strike percentage well over 60%. That's about league average so far, so he's right on point.
Matty, that's a surprising pitch right there. I don't understand after blowing the fastball by him, he would speed his bat up with off speed.
Yeah, redemption after being late, right on time with the off-speed pitch next. Here's D. Gordon now. And Dan, what's the plan of attack here for the guy on the mound?
Well, I think they have to go right after him. He's pretty unlikely to take you deep, but if you allow him to get on base, the chances of him scoring and tying this game become a lot greater.
Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. The 1-2. Popped him up. And that'll get down for a base hit. Throw into third. The tag, and they got him at third. What a throw.
The left fielder, number 5, Guillermo.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Guillermo Heredia. He got under one and popped out his last time up. Here comes Bob Melvin now out of the Oakland dugout. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. Liam Hendricks takes over pitching duties, looking to get that final out now here in this 7th inning. Good arm action on the circle change, swung on and missed. 0-2.
This is what makes him so dangerous as a pitcher. 5 weapons that he can go to, and he's working ahead in the count. This is a tough matchup. Dan, if they're going to crack through, this has got to be the opportunity they've been looking for right here. They've had a ton of hits, a ton of people on base, but no one has been able to come up with that big knock.
Well, you know what, Dero, this pitcher's kind of worked around trouble the entire time so far. Another inning brewing right here. Let's see if they can't get a big hit here right here and bust through in this one.
Right-hander against right-hander, as this is a ball 1-0. Cruz, or the boomstick, as he's appropriately nicknamed. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
Yeah, Matty, it's going to be interesting to see where this guy lands at the end of this season. A lot of variables come into place. He's had a long career. It's going to be interesting to see if a team steps out past 1 or 2 years for this player.
And this is going to be a fair ball as it'll head to the corner. Tying run headed home. And a relay to the plate. And he's out on the tag. But 1 run does come in to score on the play before the inning comes to an end. Mariners forced to settle for 1. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The A's lead it 3-2. Jason Bradford has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 60.
Leading off the inning, Mark Hanna, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Dribbled up the line. And he'll take no chances here as he swipes this ball away. It stays a foul ball. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swings through it for strike number 2.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out. And both starters have been in form. 3-2 our scores. We give you a look at the starter comparisons for these two opposing pitchers. Digging in the switch hitter, Jed Lowry. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Down the first baseline, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Chris Davis will stand in to try it again, already with 1 home run in the ball game. And on cue, here it was back in the 7th inning. A solo shot that provided quite a spark for these guys. 1 ball, no strikes to count. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed.
Same pitch that time, the sinker, but it looked like he made a good adjustment with it.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. Released it from out front much better that time. I just think he wasn't real happy with the first one he threw, so he wanted to get the feel back for it.
Settling under it is Cano, and that will retire the side. A's are gone in order, and it remains a 3. Here now is Mike Zunino.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Blake Trinan enters from the pen to start the 8th, and it's quite possible they'll ask him to pitch 2 full innings to close this out. First pitch of the at-bat. A tough sinker on the inside corner. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff man on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
First pitch is a changeup for a called strike. Trinan, a right-hander going 6'5". He was selected in the 7th round back in 2011.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
Cano waits on the first pitch. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. next 0-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Mariners are down in order. They're down 3-2. Welcome back under the roof here at Safeco Field in Seattle. Great look there at the Emerald City. Digging in and looking for more, Marcus Semien. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
The last at-bat, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
The 1-0. Swing and a little tapper, but that one rolls foul. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Matt Olson will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
As a pitcher, you got to feel good that you had him out front. Even though he didn't pot commit on that one, it opens up a lot of weapons for you to go high fastball or throw even a better off-speed pitch.
2-1 to the A's first baseman. Let's see what they throw Olson on a 3-1 count. The 3-1. Popped him up. Healy is there for it. 2 gone. And that brings up Chad Pinder. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Great tilt on the slider on the inside corner. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
1-2 is the count.
Interesting sequence of pitches right there. A real ugly swing on a ball away, and it looks like the batter has a much better idea.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. He'll lead things off here as we play the bottom of the 9th. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. Throw by Lowry, and there's the first out. Gene Segura standing in. Career against Blake Trinan. He's 1 for 4. Third baseman hugging the line here. Now the first pitch. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
That's one of the hardest things to do in this game. You know he's sitting fastball. That ball starts to slide away from him. You have to have some serious strong hands and wrists not to commit right there.
And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out. Standing in, Ben Gamble. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now this is chopped foul at home plate. It's 0-1. Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1.
I know he buried that slider in right there, but that's a dangerous pitch. If he doesn't pop commit and bury that inside, it leaks out over the plate. He can get hurt with that pitch.
Last chance for the Mariners. Here's a blooper out toward left center. In there, a base hit.
And if you're the manager, you've got to love that about your team. They were down to their last strike, but they refused to go down without a fight, so they lived to fight some more.
From the stretch. There's a strike. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening.
You got to throw that one out the window if you're an offensive player right there. You know this guy is predominantly a sinker ball pitcher. High fastball, he's got to show me that.
And he struck him out for out number 3. So that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first.
Hey, listen, you don't always want your closer to have to go 2 innings on a regular basis, but in this game, it was necessary for this one, and he had just enough to get the job done.
3-2 the finish in tonight's game. Oakland jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Sean Manaea notches his 3rd win of the year. James Paxton pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. Blake Trinan works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his 4th of the season. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Athletics. 3 runs on 7 hits. No errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Mariners, 2 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 56 minutes. A reminder that extra post-game trains will be available at the King Street Station, located just north of Safeco Field. Metro Transit buses are also available at stations on First Avenue, Royal Brom Way, and Edgar Martinez Drive.